Dear student, welcome once again to Army Public School PMA Resource Network. Before we start our today's subject, English language, please subscribe this page and click on the bell icon. Kids, here I am your teacher Maria Abdullah and we are going to discuss our week 10th homework of English language and our topic is the desert plants. Objectives: students will be able to know about desert animals and plants, will able to make sentences of the given words. First of all, you can see here the pictures of desert plants. So we will discuss about the desert plant, that what is a desert plant. A plant suited to the environment of arid regions of little rainfall that often store water in its tissues or hollow center and reduces transpiration by total or seasonal leaflessness. What are the features of desert plant? First of all, low water requirement. Desert plant survival depends on being able to exist on very little rainfall. Small or no leaves. Moisture evaporate through leaves. Thorns. Many desert plants have needles or thorns. Ability to quickly absorb water. Extensive root system which go deep into the soil in search of water. Roots have numerous root hairs to absorb water. Leaves are reduced, small scale-like. Abundant thorn and needles to protect from being eaten. Here again you can see the picture of a desert plant. Now kids, here we will discuss about types of desert plants. There are three main categories of desert plants: cacti and succulent plants, wildflowers and tree plants, shrubs and grasses plants. Cactus. Cactus is a type of desert plant called a succulent. This plant can store water in its stem, roots and leaves. Even if it doesn't rain for a long time, the cactus still has water saved up to help it grow. Cactus upright trunk make up its stem. Cacti reproduce using flowers pollinated by birds, insects and bats. Cactus spines are an adaptation designed to protect the cactus, regulate its temperature, and capture water. The thick, waxy skin keeps the cactus from losing the water inside. Here you can see the picture of cactus. These two pictures are of cactus, which is a desert plant. Kids, here now we will discuss about comparatives and superlatives. Why we are discussing it? Because an exercise has been given to you in your textbook, that is on page number 39, in which you have to use comparatives and superlative. Now before we switch to the exercise, we will see that where we can use comparatives and where we will use superlative adjectives. Comparative adjectives are used to compare one noun to another noun. In these instances, only two items are being compared. When two items are being compared, we will use comparative adjective. Example, the bluebird is angrier than the robin. He is taller than her. Now what about superlatives? Superlative adjectives are used to compare three or more nouns. They are also used to compare one thing against the rest of a group. So it means that when we use comparatives, we will compare only two things, but when we will use superlatives, these things are being compared, that is more than two things are when we make comparison, then we will use superlatives. She is the prettiest princess in all the land. He is the tallest kid in the class. So he is being compared to the whole class. She is being compared to the whole land girls. So we will use superlative. So again, I am telling you that we have to use comparatives and superlative adjectives. On page 39 an exercise has been given which you will do. Poem. Now I am going to read this poem for you. Steep canyon cliffs, spiny cactus sand, an endless line of blue and tan. The desert is a place of silence. But listen, a scurry of feet, a lizard, a mouse, disappears in shadow or an underground house. The desert is a place of secrets. Watch out! A keen-nosed coyote trots from bush to bush. A sharp-eyed hawk dives from a cliff-top. Swoosh! The desert is a place of danger. Look! Splashes of red, pink, and white after a brief spring shower. Amidst dry ground and spines, a surprise of flowers. The desert is a place of beauty. Here kids, I have read the poem for you, and now what you have to do is you have to read this poem with proper pronunciation and then you will do some exercise. What you have to do is first of all rhyming words. Now you will pick out rhyming words from the poem. Now, before you pick out the words from the poem, rhyming words from the poem, we will see what are the rhyming words. We will repeat it. We will revise the rhyming words. That words having same sounds are called rhyming words. For example, bat, rat, sat, all these are rhyming words. You have to pick out all the rhyming words from the poem. Then another thing which you have to do is pick out names of animals and plants in the poems. You have to pick out all the name of animals and plants from the poem. Words, sentences. Now, as I have discussed that you have to make sentences, so here we have words, cactus, desert, root, drink, thick. These are the words. You have to make sentences of these words, but make sure you come up with your own new sentences. Success criteria. Our success criteria is remember to make your own sentences, do your work neatly, and about homework before we move to the next slide. We will discuss the homework as I have already told you side by side that what is your homework here. I am again repeating it. Underline all the rhyming words in the poem. I read the poem for you. You have to revise all the rhyming words. You have to write down answers of the given question on page 39 and you have to make sentences of the given words. Kids, here I am your teacher Maria Abdullah and here I am going to discuss our week 11th homework of English language in which our topic is two friends. Kids, here you can see the story, the passage. The name of the story is Two Friends, and now I am going to tell you some new words which are used here in this story. For example, oasis, angry, yelled, upset, waterhole, shore, carved, understand, stupid, unkind, and wind. So all these are the words which are used here. These are the new words used here. These words are new for you, so I have read it for you. So you have to read the whole passage under the supervision of your parents or elders. And then another thing which you have to do is you will underline all the verbs which are used here in past form. For example, yelled, wrote, and felt. All these are the verbs which are used in the past form. So you have to underline all the words in the passage, and then you will find out that what are the verbs that are in the past form. Now, I told you in the last slide that you have to underline the past tense or past form of the verb in the story. So here we will find out that what is the past tense. A tense expressing an action that has happened or a state that previously existed. That action that happened in the past is called past tense. For example, worked and completed. Make the past tense of the following words by adding ed or d. Another thing which you have to do is, here are some words which you can see. You have to convert them into past tense by adding d or ed. The words are jump, yell, help, stop, shout, smile, taste, play, work, and walk. What is the moral of the story? When you will read the passage, you will come to know about the moral of the story, that we should remember the good things which our friends do to us and forget the bad things. That is, we should also remember the good things. Now kids, here I have a project for you, that is WH words. As you know, WH words are what, when, why, where. You have to identify WH words and you have to make sentences. For the project, we will need lead pencil, scale, A4 paper, and there are some instructions which are need to be followed by you. Parents can also help their children by giving an example, but make sure kids that you have to come up with your own sentences in which you will explain the words. You have to make two columns. On one side you will write down the WH words like this, and on the other side you will make sentences of the given words. Now how you will present your project. You will here mention the week number, subject, date, project name, and the resources which you need. Steps followed. Kids, you will write down stepwise that how you started your project till you finished. First of all, for example, step 1, that which step you have taken to start your project, then step 2, 3, 4, and so on. And what are your findings or outcomes, and then who helped you in making this project, in preparing this project. So you have to mention all the things. Then a thank you note. Kids, after finishing your project, you have to write a thank you note for the person who helped you in completion of your project. Here you can see thank you. This is the project thank you note that you are going to thank that person who helped you. Maybe your parents, friends, cousins, uncles. It could be anyone. Then creative writing, as I told you that I have a topic for you to write out, and creative writing topic is my best friend. I think all of you can easily write about 5 to 7 sentences about your best friend, and you have to do your work on the loose sheet. And best friend, as you all know, that best friend is a person who helps you in difficult time and always remain with you whenever you need him. That's a very short and crisp definition of best friend. And here you can see the pictures of best friends, pictures of friends as well. So you have to write down about your own best friend on the loose sheet. And then you will share your homework on AIS. Here you can see picture of two friends. You can see that these are two friends, and you, as I told you, that you have to write down about your best friend. So here I am giving you two or three questions or options which you can mention in your essay or paragraph. For example, you can say who is your best friend. You will write down the name of your best friend, and then what are the common things or habits in both of you, that what are the similarities between both of you which make you together, what are the things which you like most him or her, the things which you like most, or what are the good qualities which your friend have. You can mention those qualities as well, so you can write down your paragraph. Success criteria: remember to do your project work neatly. Underline all the past tenses in the passage. And your homework is, as I have already discussed with you side by side, but here again I am going to repeat it. Underline all the past tense on page number 40. Write past tenses of the given words. Write 5 to 7 lines of the topic My Best Friend.